welcome to Manly Monday Live. Oh man, it's another great Monday, guys. And I am so excited. As you can see, my voice is coming back a little bit. I'm still squeaking, so feel free to laugh at my expense. I don't mind. I got thick skin and it doesn't bother me at all. But I am glad because I am feeling better, and so is my household. So, hopefully this week you can actually hear what I'm saying as opposed to last week. I listened to the recording last week and it was like, oh, look, you can't hear me. Okay. So that was a great recording last week. But guys, who doesn't want a better life, right? That's the goal. To make your life better and achieve your goals. Live how you would like to. Well, fall's knocking on the door, guys, and I even had to throw on a light jacket this morning on my motorcycle just to go for a short ride across town. So it's getting here. The fall is creeping in. It was like 56 degrees and school is starting, right? It's already, if it hasn't started where you are, it is right around the corner next week. So tonight I have 7 daily habits with proven results for better life that will help you crush the whirlwind that is the last 4 months of this year, guys. Together, these 7 habits will help you in all the rush and craziness that is coming. And what a great way to move towards 2023, because she's right around the corner, right? 2023 is almost here. I don't know what your life is like. I won't assume, but I can tell you as I get older, man, the last 4 months of the year seriously just scream by in no time, right? Here it is, the end of August. I'm like, oh, look, I'm planning January shows and February shows because the last 4 months of this year is already planned out for me. And it's going to be here before you know it. But what a great way to start the new year, already on a positive journey forward. So, guys, without further ado, let's get into tonight's show. Now, guys, as always, if you're jumping in and joining with us tonight, we are so thrilled that you're choosing to spend some time with us and just honored that you are being a part of our small family here at the Fallible Man. And so if you have questions, this is an interactive show. Let us know you're here in the comments. Sound off. Let me know if my mic is too quiet with how squeaky my voice is. And just tell us, hey, you're here, where you're from. Let us know that you're joining the show. And if you have questions, put a QQ in front of your question in the comment section. That helps make sure that my little girl, who is acting sound engineer tonight, my little 10-year-old Abby, is filling in her mama's shoes because my wife is not here tonight. So Abby is in the background helping me run the show. I'm really proud. So cheer her on. She is doing her part to help the show tonight, and I really appreciate it. But put a QQ in the question. That way she can see it and she'll let me know it's there. Also, normally I have a form so you can join me on air, and I blew it, guys. I totally forgot to set that up tonight. So I'm sorry about that, but we do want to answer your questions. So let us know you're here. Jump in and be a part of the show. If you see me play with my microphone, I'm trying a different placement. Tell me what you think in the comments, if it's a good placement or not. I upgraded my microphones and I'm playing with where I actually want it. Hopefully it's picking me up okay. Now, guys, habits are a crucial part of everyday life. In fact, a lot of what you do every single day. Now, there's argumentative studies, right? It depends on which one you read because you can find a study for everything. But there are studies either way, but the range is somewhere between 75 to 93%, depending on the study you read, of your daily routine is based on habits. Like, it's insane how much of your day you go through just out of habitual actions. Little unconscious decisions that you do all the time. It's crazy. Things you eat, like for me, Jif peanut butter is a huge thing. I buy Jif peanut butter. I don't know that Jif peanut butter is the best peanut butter in the world. I know it's what I ate growing up. I know it's what we had in the house growing up. And I know from my mother, that's because my dad liked it. But I don't know that it's the best peanut butter. I just don't care enough to bother to try a bunch of other peanut butters and find out if one is better. So I buy Jif out of habit. And there are a lot of things in your cupboard that are probably the same way. I buy Hellmann's mayonnaise. Why? Because my mom always bought Hellmann's mayonnaise. It's amazing how many things you do just out of ingrained habit, from how you start your day to the things you wear to what you do every single day. So habits are very, very, very powerful. Hey, Shirley, I see you jumping in. Sarah's not actually online. Your granddaughter is running the show in the background tonight. So shout out to Abby. She's taking care of us. But thanks for jumping on, Shirley. It's great to have you on tonight. Hey, there's Sarah. She's jumping in the comments from wherever she is right now. Abby's taking good care of me. So you guys should be proud. But guys, your habits are everything. Just like I apologize. I'm not actually sick. I have this residual cough that just won't seem to go away after being sick the last couple of weeks. So bear with me. I apologize. I'll try and cough away from the microphone. Talking this much makes me cough more. So we'll do a fast show tonight. But your habits are important. In fact, author, I didn't even write this down in my notes. I'm going to blow it entirely. Atomic Habits is a phenomenal book. Okay, if you haven't read Atomic Habits, you'll find it in the library on the Fallible Man website. It's a high recommendation, but you absolutely should read Atomic Habits. I think it's James Clear. It's a phenomenal book, guys. And I had no idea how much we did out of habit and how much our habits affected daily life until I started reading his book and researching it afterwards. But getting the right habits ingrained is incredible. And I want you guys to crush the next 4 months. September to December is just like a marathon of a race from one thing after another. Labor Day is around the corner. And once we hit Labor Day, right, it's just like bang, 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 bang. Holiday is crazy. So I want you guys to kill it. And because you're going to have so much coming at you, right, with the holidays and all that going on, with school starting, because that affects us all. I don't care what you do. School starting affects everybody. It's amazing. I mean, you don't even have to have kids for school starting to affect you. In fact, a lot of people still base their calendar year on the school year more so than the actual calendar year because it has such a huge impact on our society at large. So, we're in this 4 months and bam, it's going to be December and January before we know it. So let's crush the next 4 months with these 7 habits. The habit number 1 that I want you guys to start examining as a possibility to upgrade the next 4 months of your life to get you started on a great path for the rest of the year into next year is morning routines. Morning routines are something I never put a whole lot of stock in, to be honest. It wasn't a big thing for me. And so I never put much stock into a morning routine. But then I had Ryan Coate. Ryan Coate is an author and a business coach and just an incredible dude. And I had him on the podcast. And if you missed that podcast, that was last week's podcast. So you're like only one behind. And Ryan Coate, he actually wrote a book. I'm going to pull it off the shelf here. He actually wrote this book, The Entrepreneur's Secret Weapon. And it's all about morning routines. Now, we had this incredible conversation. I highly encourage you guys to go back and check that out. But I didn't realize how valuable morning routines are until I talked to Ryan, just to be honest. The truth is, everybody that the mass public considers super successful banks on their morning routines. You know the names: Elon Musk, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Jeff Bezos, Tim Ferriss, and more. The secret is it doesn't have to be their morning routines or anyone else's. I mean, it's not brain surgery, all right? This isn't complicated, and we make it complicated. In fact, I looked up for the show last week, and the amount of people who search YouTube for Grant Cardone's morning routine or Elon Musk's morning routine, I mean, the amount of people who have watched those videos, numbers in the millions. It's crazy, right? Everybody's like, oh, well, it must be their No, you don't have to use their morning routine. That's the really cool thing. And that's one of the things I learned from Ryan that really kind of enlightened me to the idea of a morning routine. We could be fair and say that it's a collection of habits, but we're all going to call it, or sorry, I blew that entirely. We could be honest, are fair, and call a morning routine a collection of habits, but we're going to call it one habit for this example, okay? And the fact is, you already have one. Just maybe refine the scope a little bit more, right? Because almost all of us start our mornings in close to the same fashion every day, right? You get out of bed, you get dressed, maybe you brush your teeth or drink some water, you eat something, maybe you grab coffee, maybe you grab a shower, and you get started with your day, right? We don't call it a morning routine. We just call it getting out of bed. But the truth is, you probably habitually do mostly the same thing almost every morning with slight variances. The difference is these guys like Bezos and Musk and Cardone and all those guys take it a half a step further. And that's all I'm asking for is half a step further, right? When we're talking about morning routines, I'm not talking about, I just went blank, old rich guy, the big stock guy. Man, my brain is just not working today. Hey, Twisted Designers jumping in. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah. So the old stock guy who's been around forever, and I just went totally blank on his name because I wasn't intending to call him out, but he has a 2-hour morning routine. Like I've actually researched this. He has a 2-hour morning routine, and you don't have to have a 2-hour morning routine because let's face it, most of us don't have that kind of time. Actually, that was Warren Buffett. Thank you, Sarah. That is correct. Warren Buffett. He has a 2-hour morning routine. Most of us don't have that kind of time. That was one of the eye-opening things about my interview with Ryan Coate that I learned. Ryan actually makes a for deck of cards that you basically like deal yourself a morning routine and try it out, right? You pick 4 or 5 cards and go with that every morning. But he's got his morning routine down to under 30 minutes. Well, all we're talking about is adding a step or two to the existing routine because you already get out of bed. You already brush your teeth, at least we hope you do. You already make sure you're clean enough, whether you shower or whether you're clean from the shower the night before, right? Hopefully you drink some water because you should hydrate every morning because the fact is, biologically, you're dehydrated when you wake up. So you should hydrate every morning. But, right, we all have that routine. Try adding 5 minutes of stretching. Not in your bed. That's a recipe for disaster because you end up going back to sleep. And that's just no good, guys. You shouldn't go back to sleep. You'll sleep through your snooze alarms. That will be really bad. And no one will, keep their jobs that way. But try adding 5 minutes of stretching to your routine or 5 minutes of meditation. Do you meditate? Tell me in the comments. Do you meditate? Have you tried meditation? I'm not very good at it. I've tried it a couple times. Maybe add a 10-minute walk, right? 10 minutes of fresh air will do massively interesting things for your life. So try maybe a 10-minute walk first thing in the morning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Okay. And I'm not saying doing it all at once. Try adding one thing, right? You already have a new routine. Just kind of stabilize it and do the same thing. Now, the power of a morning routine is it takes the guesswork out of your morning and it sets you up for success right off the bat. We've talked about building little success, right? Little wins. We've talked about on the show, stacking little wins. Well, starting your day the same way every day actually lets your brain jumpstart into a healthier day because you're stacking wins to go through your morning routine. In fact, Ryan told me that the longer he's done a morning routine, now on days when he doesn't do it, it actually screws up his whole day because he's so used to starting his day a certain way. It actually energizes him and invigorates him. So maybe put it in your hat, try something like wake up, drink 8 ounces of room temperature water. Don't drink cold water first thing in the morning. It makes you sick. Room temperature water to hydrate. Knock out 20 push-ups before you leave the bedside. Or if you don't want to exercise, write down one thing you're grateful for on a tablet on your nightstand before you get up and walk away from your bed. Take a 10-minute walk after you get dressed. Even if you don't want to take a 10-minute walk, go outside and spend 5 minutes breathing in fresh air and getting some morning light, and it will do amazing things for how you feel about your day, right? Then get in the shower, get breakfast, get your coffee, and move on with your day. Try it. Let me know what you think. Guys, like I said, I didn't used to put a lot of stock in it, but there's a lot of evidence to support that this is a very healthy habit to establish. Number 2, this one's going to bother some people just because it's hard. And, but it's me and I like to step on toes and hard things are cool. So number 2, I want you to practice radical forgiveness and gratitude as a habit daily. Now, like I said, this is going to step on some toes, but radical forgiveness and gratitude. Now, we talked a lot about gratitude on this channel, and that's because living a life focused with gratitude is a game changer. It is huge. But radical forgiveness paired with it, and your world will never be the same, I promise you. They actually go pretty well together hand in hand. Seeing the world through grateful eyes and unburdening yourself from past hurts will impact the way you experience life. Radical forgiveness is a huge, huge thing that people are really uncomfortable with, right? We like to hold on to injuries and slights and hurts for years. That's why there's so many people in therapy, right? We hold on to that at a crazy rate. Well, try this as a habit. Every day, just wake up and decide, I forgive anything that I imagine has slighted against me, anybody who has slighted against me, anybody who has treated me wrong. I'm just not going to carry that anymore. Because the fact is, being angry at people or holding on to resentment only hurts you. That person doesn't care. That person is not interested in the fact that you're mad at them. It doesn't hurt them. It only hurts you. It drains vital energy out of your life. It impacts your happiness, and it impacts the people around you because you're carrying that burden. So try this. Practice radical forgiveness with other people and with yourself every single day going into this fall. Try it for 30 days. Try it for the next 4 months. As we rush through the end of 2022 into 2023, practice radical forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive your siblings. Forgive your friends. Forgive your parents. Whatever you are holding on to that is weighing you down, it is only weighing you down. So unburden yourself, forgive people radically, and approach life with gratitude. And this is a daily habit that will radically change your life. I guarantee it. Now, guys, let us know you're here. I'm seeing Sarah's in and Shirley's in and Twisted Designer's in. Man, I love seeing you guys in the comments. And hey, isn't Abby doing a great job with the banners? She was really nervous. I'm really proud of my 10-year-old. She is knocking it out and doing a great job. So sound off for Abby. Let her know that you appreciate what she's doing tonight, stepping up to the plate. She was a little anxious about this, but she is doing a great job. So thank you, baby. You're doing awesome. Number 3, I want you to plan tomorrow today. Now, let me clarify a little bit. And if I'm moving away from my mic too far, let me know. Plan tomorrow tonight. You know, one of the leading causes for sleeplessness, especially among men, but among women as well, is overthinking things before you go to bed. The fact is, when you go to bed mulling over concerns and ideas and stuff for tomorrow, you actually will not scientifically go into a deeper sleep. And what sleep you get will not be restful, because if you engage your brain right before bed, your brain will stay engaged throughout the night. It doesn't take the night off. It doesn't just automatically be like, oh, he lost consciousness, we're out, break time. Nope, your brain will just keep mulling out. That's why you can think about something at night and wake up and actually have an answer. I do that all the time. I'm really, really bad at this one. I have fixed all kinds of problems at my job in my sleep because my brain just mulled on it the whole night because I couldn't let it go before I went to bed. So try this for the sake of getting sleep, which we all know is very healthy and important for rejuvenating your body. Plan tomorrow before you go to bed. One of the easiest ways to unburden your brain is to plan out and itemize tomorrow's schedule before you get in bed. It allows for your brain to get it all out, just undump, brain dump, right? And organize, which then releases your brain to stop sorting things out and let you get a more peaceful night's sleep. If you aren't worried about tomorrow because you already have a plan of action, then that's one little thing you can do that will hugely change the way you sleep, and increasing the quality of your sleep will hugely impact your day every single day. Quality sleep is so important. I cannot stress that enough. It is one of the things that, especially in the Western world, we struggle with almost universally is quality sleep. So unburden yourself, right? Before you go to bed, right? After you turn off the television, we'll talk about that in a minute. But after you turn off the television, sit down for 20 minutes and just write out a list of the things you have to do tomorrow. And then put numbers by them real quick and go, okay, I'm going to tackle this first, right? Then you have a plan of action. And that releases your brain from the stress of having to deal with that through the course of the night, thus letting you get deeper, more fulfilling sleep. And it will make your life better in the next 4 months. I promise you. So try planning out tonight, before you go to bed, not right before you go to bed, but like 30 or 40 minutes before you go to bed. Sit down, write out everything you need to do tomorrow. And I promise you'll get a better night's sleep. And hey, it will be a better end of the year for you guys, and you'll be killing it. This is a habit you should definitely dig into. Number 4, media blackouts. This one's hard. We live in a media society, right? And I've railed and railed about phones. You guys know that. You've heard me rail about phones probably 1,000 times, and you'll probably hear me rail about phones 1,000 more times. But try a media blackout. First thing in the morning and 30 minutes before you go to bed. This is what I want you to consider as an option when you're looking at habits for the next couple months so you can crush the next couple months. The one thing, this one may take some getting used to, and you may have to kind of ease into this because we are such a media-driven society, right? Such a screen. Specifically, we're getting away from screens, right? We are such a screen-driven society. Sorry. Whether it's the television, whether it's our computers, whether it's our phones. So this one will probably take some easing into. For the first 30 minutes of the day, this is the goal. Shoot for 30 minutes to start with. No news, including social media, emails, text messages, nothing like that. Okay. Complete your new morning routine, which we talked about in point 1, and start your day with depositing into yourself. Feed yourself with meditation, stretching, reading, whatever your morning routine is, right? Get some sunlight, get some fresh air, eat some good quality food, take a shower so you feel refreshed. Pour into yourself for the first 30 minutes of your day before you digest any of the media, whether it's emails or anything like that. Okay. Give yourself a chance to start the day without reacting to the outside world's issues and problems before you take all that on, because we're all carrying that around, right? Guess what? All those things are still going to be there. You survived sleeping through the night up until this point. So 30 more minutes isn't going to hurt you. Work towards an hour. I read about this idea the other day and I was just like mind blown, right? Because my initial reaction is, oh, I should automatically like check my email and see if I need to answer any posts. Wrong. Okay. Try this out. This is a crazy idea. No input from the outside world. Just spend the first 30 minutes of your day pouring into yourself in a healthy way before you have to react to everybody else's nonsense, because we're on our heels reacting to the world around us for 90% of our day. It's insane. Once you start playing with that idea, also consider what's called a digital sunset. And this is something Ryan introduced me to. 30 minutes to an hour before bed, turn off the screens. It's called a digital sunset. Now, we've seen the research, right? Blue light is bad. It messes with your circadian rhythms. We all know that. So, but we keep doing it, right? We keep watching television all the way till we go to bed. We keep scrolling through our phone all the way till we go to bed. We know blue light is bad. Okay. If you're going to break those rules, at least wear blue light glasses to help. But we all know that that is not the healthiest thing for us to get the necessary sleep we were just talking about. So 30 minutes before you're going to go to bed, have a digital sunset. All of the screens go off 30 minutes before bed. Read, talk to your friend, your family member, your spouse, your kids, whoever you're with. Play a board game, read a book, cuddle, listen to some relaxing music not connected to a screen. Just turn off all your screens and give yourself a digital sunset and give your brain a chance to unplug from all that, your eyes a chance to rest, your circadian rhythms a chance to kick in. I promise planned media blackouts will have a huge impact. People have tried this before and report just having a massive uplift to their morning because they didn't dive into all the negativity and all the reactivity of social media, emails, news, and stuff coming at them first thing in the morning. It will make your day much, much, much stronger. I guarantee it. Now, guys, if you're liking any of these ideas, if you're going to check out any of these ideas or give them a try, be sure and let us know in the comment, whether you're on the live chat or you're catching us on the replay. Tell us in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. I'm excited to see what you're going to try. And tell us what habit has helped you the most in your life. What habit have you taken on that has been the most beneficial habit to your life? Do you, do certain things a certain way? Did you get involved with yoga? Let us know in the comments, guys, and share with the community. That helps us a lot. And if you're getting something out of us, be sure and do all the good social media nonsense. Give us the thumbs up. And hey, do you know we are on a bunch of other platforms? We're not just here. We're on YouTube. We are a growing, thriving podcast community. We've got stuff on our website. We do live events. So be sure and check out www.thefallibleman.com and see what we're all about, guys, because we are all about helping men reach their full potential as they grow and walk in their own life, because it improves their lives, it improves their families' lives, and it improves the world around them. So check out our website and see what else we got going on. Rolling into number 5. Now, I really want to leave this off the list because this seemed like low-hanging fruit, right? I've seen this list. You've all seen these lists before about, healthy habits, right? In fact, I could have easily gone down the list and been like, move every day, go for a walk every day, do some kind of resistance training, eat healthy food, drink a gallon of water every day or close to a gallon of water every day, get 8 hours of sleep every night, turn off, right? I could have gone down the low-hanging fruit list. We all know that. This one is huge, and I wanted to leave it out because it seems so painfully obvious, but guys, this one is a game changer. Set a clock, set a certain number of pages, pick a place, make it somewhere inviting and easy to be. If you only read 5 pages a day, that's at least 8 books a year with the average length book. Now, with the obvious exception, if you're reading the, last of the Harry Potter series at like 900 some odd pages, obviously that's an exception. But the average book is somewhere in the 200 page range. Reading 5 pages a day, every single day, you will read at least 8 books a year. How much more could you learn and grow every year if you read 8 books every year? 5 pages. That's all it is. What if you read 10? That's 16 books a year. How much different would your life be at this same time next year if you read 16 books about improving your life, whether that's learning a new skill, learning a new habit, learning how to communicate better, learning a new language, right? Pick anything other than straight fiction. And you know what? Some of those books could be fiction because sometimes you need that brain break. But where would your life be next year if you read 8 or 16 books? Focus on growing your skills and your knowledge this year. 5 pages. That's it. 5 pages. Anybody can do that. So set an amount of pages, set an amount of time. Maybe that's 10 minutes, maybe that's 15 minutes, maybe that's 5 pages, whatever is actually a reachable goal, because we're all about SMART goals here. Whatever is an obtainable goal for you. And just imagine how your world could change radically in a year. Guys, 8 books, 8 good books. Go to my library page on my website. 8 good books will change your life radically. I promise you. Shirley says, planning, thinking, and studying time for 20 minutes each day. So I'm going to assume the rest of that comment is PTS, planning, thinking, and studying time for 20 minutes. So that sounds like a combination of reading, thinking, and meditating on what you were thinking, whether you want to use that word for it or not. But that's a great habit, Shirley. That's an awesome habit. 20 minutes, man. 20 minutes every day, planning, thinking, and studying. That's an awesome habit that can absolutely impact your life this year. And you only got 4 months left of this year, right? 20 minutes. Can you imagine that? 20 minutes every day of this for the next 4 months. Where will you be in 4 months? It's crazy how much you can change in that little time. Number 6, I want you to start earlier. Now, this is toe stomping time. This is going to step on some toes. Research studies have proven our bodies work better in certain conditions. I understand if you work nights or swings, this becomes actually absolutely more complex. I used to be a night shift guy. I understand that. And we talk about when we start talking about early. Now, guys, if you've been around the channel for a long time, we've talked about pruning your schedule a little bit, time blocking, reorganizing your schedule, and cutting out the fluff that doesn't necessarily improve your life if it doesn't give back to you in a major way. So when we get into this, right, that's how you do this successfully. Sorry. Trying to get through this without too many coughing fits. We've talked about streamlining schedules and getting rid of useless fluff. So how much more could you accomplish with 30 more minutes of time at the beginning of your day? Now, this requires sacrifice. You're going to have to give up some of the fluff, fun stuff. You may have to give up a television show you like to watch. You may have to give up some fooling around on your phone. I know that's a huge crisis cost, but you may have to give up some of that to achieve this because you have to go on to bed on time. Now, I've read a lot of research about the benefits of going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every single day. And I won't make too big of a deal of it because I didn't bring that research to share with you guys. That's just not something I planned during this event, talk. But if you guys get rid of the fluff and decide how valuable some of your favorite distractions are, getting up 30 minutes earlier will not be a huge stretch. It has been one of the most useful things I've done, honestly, in the last 2 years since I started the Fallible Man. Honest to God, most of these things, guys, that you are seeing happen with the Fallible Man happen in the wee hours of the early morning. I generally get up at 4. I have been getting up, being sick. I've gotten up a lot later lately, but I generally get up around 4 or 4:30 in the morning. Getting up earlier, and I didn't start there, okay? I've been getting up for a long time early because I've always started early in the morning, but I slowly bumped that number up because I wanted to get that 30 minutes for myself. And so I used to have to be at work at 6. Well, for a long time, I had to get up at 5 to make sure I get to work at 6. So to get time, I had to start getting up at 4:30. Well, then I had to travel a little ways or, this or that. So that got bumped up to 4. I slowly worked my way up to 4. It's not like I just went, hey, I'm going to get up at 4 after not getting up at that time for years. Okay. But bump that schedule up. And I can promise you, I have built most of the stuff we were doing at the Fallible Man between the hours of 4 or 6 a.m. for the last 2 years. That is where I was told the other day, I was talking to somebody and it's like, man, you got so much going on and you've got all of your hands in different things and you're doing, I don't know how you have the time for that. And I don't. I get up at 4:00 in the morning and while everybody else is still sleeping and the world is still sleeping, I'm at my computer working. I go to bed by 9 or 9:30. Okay. Those couple hours have been a game changer in my life. It has been one of the most useful changes I have made in reclaiming my life and moving in the direction I want to. I know it stinks. Okay. I can tell you for several years of doing it now, 4 a.m. sucks. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. 4 a.m. sucks. Okay. Any earlier than that, you actually really, that's even worse. But 4 a.m. is horrible, no matter how long you do it. But I promise you, getting up and adding that extra 30 minutes my every day has been a game changer. I promise you, if you start edging that way over the next 4 months, it will be a game changer for you. How much more can you get in with, that's 7 days a week. So, and I'm saying you don't sleep in on the weekends. So stop doing that. Bed at the same time, up at the same time every day. But 30 minutes, right? That's 3.5 hours a week. What can you do with 3.5 hours a week? You can do a lot. I guarantee it. Number 7, guys, and we'll wrap it up with this one. This one is huge. And this one's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Connect meaningfully with one other person every day. Wait, you want us to talk to people, Dallin? You're crazy. Yeah, I am actually, because I know this is one of my least favorite parts. Connect meaningfully with at least one human being a day. Okay. That can be your spouse. That can be your child. That can be another member of your family. That can be a friend. That can be a coworker. But I want to see this right here. Okay. Actual, meaningful, not on a screen, human connection. Have a conversation with the lady at the checkout stand, a real conversation. My kids hug one of our checkout ladies because they know her at this point. In fact, they know about half the people working in that store, I'm pretty sure. And they hug them. Connect meaningfully with another person. You have to remind yourself in this time when we are more connected than ever, we are actually less connected than we ever have been. Well, I can't say ever. We are less connected than we have been in decades. In all of this rush to connect with people digitally. And, I love it because like we have guests from Australia and England and Scotland and all over Europe, right? South Africa. I've had guests from around the world I've gotten to connect with because of technology. But we can't get caught up in connecting with people this way and lose connecting with people meaningfully face to face. If you want to make your next 4 months better, connect with another individually, one-on-one, face-to-face in a meaningful way. And that can be 2 minutes, guys. Really saying something nice to somebody and having just a short 2 or 3 sentence conversation with honest intentions can change someone's day, including your own. Connect meaningfully with other people and you will change the next 4 months entirely. Guys, we're wrapping this up and I just want to run through it again. Get a morning routine. Okay. You don't have to buy Ryan's books. And if you have no clue what to do, go to his website, go over to the podcast. It's on YouTube and everywhere else. There's links to his website. Buy his cards. Deal yourself 5 and start there. Okay. Start a morning routine. Give it a try. Give it a try for 2 weeks. Give it a try for 4 weeks and see what it's like. Remember, only add one new thing and just structure it. Then you can expand from there. Practice radical forgiveness and gratitude. Plan tomorrow, tonight, so you don't lose it and you get better sleep. Have media blackouts. Don't let the world input into you for the first 30 minutes to an hour of your day. You put into yourself. Invest in yourself in that first hour of your day, and then you can deal with the world and do the same thing at night. Read daily. 5 pages a day. Honest to goodness, 5 pages a day. That's 8 books a year. That's huge. Start 30 minutes earlier. Give it a try and connect meaningfully with one other person every single day. Remember what is worth living because all this is pointless without people to connect with and be a part of. And that's why we do everything. So guys, as always, have an amazing week. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us today and be a part of the show. As always, be better tomorrow because of what you do today. And we'll see you on the next one.